Alright, so in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be learning how to copy a line segment. Now, we're going to be using two vocabulary words. The first vocabulary word is line segment, and the second vocabulary word is reference line. Now, out of those two vocabulary words, you should already know the definition of a line segment. So can y'all tell me with pride, what is the definition of a line segment?
A line segment is a straight line that has two endpoints.
Awesome, thank you. A line segment is a straight line that has two endpoints. Okay, so what that basically means is that it has a definite length. So we can measure the length of a line segment. The other one is a reference line. Now, I haven't told y'all the definition of a reference line yet, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. A reference line is a line or ray that you use to copy an image onto. Okay? A line or ray that you use to copy an image onto. Alright, so we want to copy line segment AB. Okay, we want to copy line segment AB. Now, in order to copy line segment AB, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to draw a reference line. Okay? And that reference line needs to be longer than AB is. Alright, so we're just going to take our compass and we're going to draw a reference line, and it has to be longer than AB, okay? Doesn't matter how long it is, it just has to be longer than this line segment. So I'm just going to draw one, okay? And it only has to be longer than AB, okay? So, again, step one was to use a straight edge to draw a reference line. And anytime you draw a reference line, it's always going to be it's always going to be longer than the original line. Okay? So that's my reference line. Now, whenever you create a copy of an original, or whenever you create a copy of an image, the new image is going to be called, in this case, A prime. So we're going to be copying A and B, and A is going to become A prime, and B is going to become B prime. So over here, on the left-hand side, I'm going to label it A prime, because that is the copy of A. Okay? Now, step two is to take your compass and measure the line segment that you are copying. So just like before with an equilateral triangle, I'm going to take my compass, and with the plastic bullseye right here, I'm going to put one endpoint of the line right there, the line segment right there. Notice how it's perfectly in my bullseye. And then with my pencil, I'm going to pull this little thing out until I see the end of my line segment. And there it goes right there. So notice, I have the line segment right here, the end, and I have the other end point right there. Okay, they're perfectly aligned in those two. I guess you could say eyes or bullet points. So here and here. Now, since I've measured it, I'm going to leave it exactly like that, right? And I'm going to drag it over to the other line segment, or to my reference line. Okay. So before we move on, I'm going to go ahead and write step two. Step two was to measure the original line segment with your straight edge, or with your compass. Okay? So, measure line segment with compass. I'm going a little off right there. And actually, you know what? I'll pull this down over here. Measure line segment with compass. Okay? So that's what we did right here. Step 3 is to leave it at this length, or to leave it at this this width or this position, bless you, and move it down over here. Okay? Now, make sure that A prime right there is in the bullseye. And since it's in the bullseye, you're just going to take your pencil and you're going to draw a little arc that intersects the reference line. Okay? So what I did right now is I took an arc and it intersects the reference line. Now that point of intersection, I'm going to label it and I'm going to call it B prime. Okay? So what I did was I used the same compass setting. And again, using the same compass setting just means you're not going to move it. You're going to leave it exactly how it is. And with point A prime and my bullseye, we draw an arc that intersects the reference line. Okay? And of course, when we drew that arc, that point, the point of intersection became B prime, and just like that, we have copied the line segment. So this line segment right here is congruent to that line segment right here.